We're here at Escapade with Armin Van Buuren just before you go on stage today. I've done a couple of interviews this way, and I thought we might switch it up a little bit. So I've got 10 questions here, 10 topics, and I want you to name a number between 1 and 10. We'll talk about it.
7.
7, okay. Other genres of music. Now you're going to tell me when we're done talking about this, so the whole interview could be about other genres of music or one question. So tell me, what are you into right now that is not what you do?
Actually, I listen to every type of music. Thanks to the whole streaming thing and Spotify and Deezer and Apple Music, you get to have access to like millions of songs. Did you know, by the way, that they're uploading close to 30,000 tracks every week on streaming portals? That's 30,000 people dreaming of having a number one hit song, you know. So there's so much music out there, and there's so much beauty to explore. I mean, I guess our minds are a little bit spoiled because, we are human beings, so we like to label stuff, and that's why we came up with stuff like the top 40 and, best streaming track and whatever not. But I think what defines your character is what different kind of music you actually like. I still have to meet two people that have exactly the same taste in music, because it's always a little different. If I look just at the taste of my kids, for example, they come from the same parents, but they have completely different taste in music. So I find it very interesting. And for me, I'm a massive fan of everything electronic, even hardstyle and stuff like that. But my favorite style is ambient dub. The guys like Ott and The Orb, and you can find massive amounts of playlists on that. And it's not it's not the most popular music out there, but I think it's great music to chill to when I'm working on new music, or when I'm not actually in the studio, but for example, writing lyrics, or when I have to do interviews or preparing a radio show, writing my liners, I usually listen to that kind of music. So, and I love classical music. I play the piano myself. I have piano lessons every week, and I practice a lot. And so I really recently grew to love the whole classical music era. It's always funny to see, and like every age of music, even in the 1600s, they all had their own rules. The same thing. You would think that music would be free right now, but in dance music, there's all these kind of unwritten rules that we're living by, which is a funny thing. Music seems to have the tendency to be put into boxes, and I like music when it's not in a box. That's when it excites me. So when I do a radio show every week, Back to Trance, I have a team, of course, that helps me every week, because it's impossible to listen to 1,000 promos. That would be like suicide. So I have a team that pre-selects, about 200 songs, 150 songs, and I have to make a radio show out of that, which is a big responsibility, because I know every producer, wants to be on the show. So what I do is I randomly scan the promos, because I get the same amount of emails, I get the same amount of promos, so I pick like 10 emails, preferably of unknown producers, and I download them. And sometimes I stick one in the show, like, my team might have missed that, and that's how crazy it is. What I think is the most amazing thing about music in general is that there's no mathematics to it. You can say a little bit, you can define a little bit which 4 chords were the biggest chords used on all the big hit singles around the world, but it's still not. There's still somebody to find. Some people have tried, to put music courses where, you can say like, okay, every big hit, every big track has had these similarities, but it's never science. Some of my tracks I thought would be the biggest hits, like Sex, Love and Water, for example. They didn't do that well as expected, whereas tracks like Sunny Days or Therapy did do really well, or Blah Blah Blah, my latest one.
One more quick one, and we'll finish off with that. Number 1, me, how we met, which is interesting, so I'll give a story about that. First time I met you is Government, 2004.
Wow.
Playing one of the Gold Club series, and we go all the way back then. We've done interviews in Toronto, in New York City. I remember you playing underneath the Brooklyn Bridge one day.
That was awesome. So that, yeah.
And I think my most enjoyable part about that was I had my friend on the phone, and it was the last song, and you were playing, and I handed the phone to you, and you said hi to my my friend on the phone, and she was like, "What was that? What was that?" And then got it recorded.
She still doesn't believe it, probably.
Probably not, but that's how we met, and we actually go back quite a ways, which is pretty neat. So I thought I'd bring that story in.
Cool, nice, man. Yeah, now I remember. Sorry, I didn't instantly recognize you when I first saw you, but I meet a lot of people.
It's been about 10 years since we last talked in a this sort of setting. So thank you so much. Have a great time out there. It's a nice crowd, and it's a really good day for it. They didn't close the stage this year, so that's great. So.
No, I can't, because I have to go to Toronto after this. My time is limited, and I don't gig as much as I used to because of my family. I want to be home more. So like next weekend I have off. 2 weeks ago I had off, so I'm just a parent, which is sometimes hard because you open your Instagram and you see all these DJs on these cool festivals where I could have been playing.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit over that, you know. For me, it's all about the fans, the music, and the rest is just rubbish and bullshit. You know, these, you know, airports, immigration, taxes. You know, you do it, you swallow it, and then you look forward to the next big thing. So, yeah, this was a nice interview. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.